Oh, hi there. This is my second video on my approach to studying and getting high distinctions at uni. The first video was on planning and how to plan your study. Now, this particular topic is going to be on study itself and how I go about studying each of the individual units. Alright, so the first thing is the use of Cloud Deakin. Let me go into, say, accounting here. I go into Cloud Deakin every single day, and I constantly check the discussion board. I have probably in most of my units I've been the most active person on the discussion board. I use it quite a lot to get every single question I've got answered. So if we take a look, let's have a look here. If we go into weeks 1 to 5, while it loads. Okay, so you'll see here I've got questions all over the place and my name appears pretty much everywhere. In discussing with people, for some reason students feel embarrassed about putting their questions up on the discussion board. Now, I've been very successful in my grades, but I also ask a lot of questions, and some of them are pretty basic, like what is the definition of this, or how does that work, or where could we apply this? And I've had people come up to me and say, oh, thanks for posting that question up on the discussion board. I had the same question. It's fine, no problem doing that. But if you really want to be successful, you've got to get active on the discussion board. You've got to ask your questions. You've got to get involved in discussions. And it doesn't matter if your English isn't fantastic. No one cares. We're all here to help each other as students. We all want to be successful, and we want each other to be successful. So if your grammar's not great or you think it's a basic question, I'll guarantee you that other people have that question. And if you get it answered, they get it answered too. So I'm posting all the time, getting every single question I've got answered. I do not go past a section of a course that I don't understand something. So my first way is to use Cloud Deakin on the discussion board and to ask a lot of questions. So, here I write topic 2, the subject of the question, or topic 1, so accounting, it's a question on expenses. There's a definition on expenses, and there's a part of it I didn't fully understand. So I get up there and then I get an answer from the lecturer. It's great. Now the second thing is the use of Google and YouTube, especially for subjects such as accounting, finance, and economics. It's extraordinarily useful. So if we go on, go to YouTube, for example. Okay, so let's say we take accounting. You may or may not be doing accounting, it doesn't really matter. In accounting, you have to look at debits and credits. Now, if you don't fully understand how debits and credits work, the best thing to do, debit, credit, once it loads, is I just go on and you'll see a whole bunch of videos related to debits and credits. So after you use this for a while, you'll start to find certain sites that have very good explanations, but let's just say I take rules of debit and credit. So we're looking at a 13-minute video. Excuse me. I'd usually look for 5-minute videos that ones that just give me the concept. And I won't watch it now.
The Honda annual clearance is on right.
But watch the video, and if I don't understand it from that video, I'll go to another video. If I don't get it from there, I'll go to another video. And eventually I have a very good concept of the basics. Now, another good website for finance subjects is Investo Pedia, especially for finance itself. Great website. Oops. Oh, there we go. So Investo Pedia basically gives you definitions of finance and investment and accounting terms. And another thing that it has is these fantastic 1 to 2 minute videos. So just a topic that I remember from finance was subject of beta. Don't worry what it is, it's just a particular method. So we go beta defined, and somewhere down here. Okay, we've got this video. So you've got the definition and explanation and these videos. These videos on Investo Pedia are really good. Very easy to understand, not complicated, and usually about 2 minutes. So the key to studying is, if you do not understand a term or a concept and you try and study past that, your understanding decreases every time you do that. Because you cannot create a full understanding of a subject when you've got these, I guess, barriers of not understanding in the way. So if you look at study as like a gradient, where each bit builds on the other bit, if your foundation is poor, so you don't understand something below, you cannot build on top of that. Now, people try, and then they just try and jam in information in their head. They don't understand it. You're gone. The first 2 weeks are the most crucial in this regard because the basic fundamentals and the definitions are usually given. Take economics, which I've started this trimester. The first thing I do is define economics. They have the subject of micro and macroeconomics. Microeconomics has to do with individual behaviour and the businesses and government decisions on individuals and businesses, and macroeconomics has to do with decisions and choices which affect a whole nation or the global economy, that sort of thing. If you don't get those definitions, get in there, either use Cloud Deakin discussion board or get on Google, get on YouTube, get on Investo Pedia, and make sure you understand them. I can't stress this point enough. The number of people who do not clear up and make sure they understand definitions astounds me. And that's why a lot of my discussion board activity is, what is the definition of this? What does this mean? With those definitions, you can build understanding. Without those definitions, you just have to rote learn everything. So, I mean, there's quite a lot of other things to study, but that's the most important concept. Make sure you understand definitions and concepts. Don't go past them and use the tools available to you to understand. All right, I hope that's helpful.